Okay, good morning. It is the 11th of May, 2023. I think this is what, 5th or 6th now. I worked out how to have it easily on the same bit, so I've made a little table with no borders, so it kind of looks like it's on the side. So this is what we did yesterday. Let's copy and paste it so I have that as a draft. I've got two page breaks there. So this is going to be pretty quick today because I've got stuff to do in the morning. But let's have a look, a read through and tweak again and see how it goes. I think I'll leave like any sort of radical redrafting for another time where I've got a bit more time, maybe a good 10-20 minutes. Okay. The weight of waiting. A rainbow, sharp and bleeding, scorches sky. The sunset staggers back and forth and back again. Once was soaked, is now dirt dry. It lays across the ground in shades of black. They stand around my edge. They hold their hands and whisper questions as their throats constrict. Questions that they can never understand, and nothing happens that they can predict. But from above, beyond, my opposite, a future that will never be enough. And at this clash, the colours radiate, and all that might have been so smooth is rough. They cannot know what they are waiting for. The weight of waiting cannot open doors. I don't know, I've kind of like that more now that I think because I sorted out the rhythm last time, that the mostly iambic pentameter, because it was easier to read this time, it felt better. I don't want to go into a false sense of security because it still needs work, obviously. Here I've tripped up a little bit, and all that might have been so smooth is rough. Is that grammatically correct? Might have, no, it must be have, yeah. And all that might have been so smooth is rough. There's a rough parallel with smooth, rough, soaked, dry. So there's that constant use of juxtaposition, a sharp rainbow, or an oxymoron, the juxtaposition, soaked and dry, smooth and rough. And I think that juxtaposition speaks to the image as well because of the colours and the circle, the cube, the two people there. So I think having that juxtaposition all the way through, and then you've got the sort of homophones of wait and wait, wait and waiting, that is kind of like an aural juxtaposition. I'm blagging here now, aren't I? But kind of works, I think. A rainbow sharp and bleeding scorches sky. The sunset staggers back and forth and back again. What once was soaked is now dirt dry. Dirt I'm not happy with. I mean, I like the alliteration. Is now. I mean, all, but that doesn't add anything, does it? I didn't like bone because it was a cliche. I might just stick with dirt, I suppose. It lays across the ground in shades of black. Maybe my sunset, because I did think earlier I wanted to show that it's in first person earlier. It's not. Is it not until then where it shows that it's first person? I don't know. Rainbow sharp and bleeding scorches sky. My sunset staggers back and forth and back again. Yeah, I like my sunset because then, I mean, that could be literal or the circle's version of a sunset. And because it's sunset and not sunrise, sort of the symbolism of the end, of the whole falling down, of, yeah. What once was soaked is now dirt dry. Now, see, now I've got a problem here because the only reason that's there really is because of sky and dry rhyme. So then I work backwards to get soaked. So I think there's an intrinsic problem because it doesn't add anything. Especially since all the rest of it is so visual. The rainbow, the sunset, and then the black there. I don't know, I think maybe that line needs reworking on. Does a good old rhyme zone. See if an idea comes up from sky. What once was like clarify, golden eye. I can't read that without James Bond. Vilify. It's a bit abstract. We have a buy, die. It's a bit much in it. Weight of waiting. Let's just reread it. A rainbow sharp and bleeding scorches sky. My sunset staggers back and forth and back again. What once was soaked is now dirt dry. It lays across the ground in shades of burnt dry. Yes, that's better. Soaked is burnt dry. Sort of a near alliteration, isn't it? It's far more interesting image and it links with the scorches. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Right, I've changed 2 words for this draft. Congratulations, Luigi. It lays across the ground in shades of black. They stand around my edge. They hold their hands and whisper questions. Their throats constrict. Questions that they can never understand, and nothing happens that they can predict. But from above, beyond my opposite, a future that will never be enough. And at this clash, the colours radiate, and all that might have been so smooth is rough. I think I'll change that to want that to be a heavier end. What might have been so smooth, now rough. They cannot know what they are waiting for. The weight of waiting cannot open doors. I want something to relate back to the speaker, I think. Because again, doors, it's like the sky dry, isn't it? It's just for the rhyme, so I need to make it more meaningful. I mean, that's the problem with rhyme, force rhyme all the way through a poem like a Shakespearean sonnet. You've got to be able to justify, haven't you? Otherwise, it is just pat rhymes. So I need to evaluate all that and get back to it. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it there. Just short, sharp. What's that? How long is that? Oh, still 8 minutes. Jeez, 9 minutes nearly. Anyway, time flies when you're having fun. See you guys later.